In a quiet little village there lived a female cat named Cila. She belonged to an old farmer who swept his yard every morning and fed his animals with care. One rainy day, the farmer found a tiny chick shivering alone under a pile of straw. Its mother was nowhere to be found. Without hesitation, he picked up the chick and placed it on a warm cloth near the stove inside his home. Cila, who usually napped by the fire, opened her eyes and approached the little creature. She sniffed gently, then licked the chick's damp feathers. At first, the farmer was worried, fearing Cila's natural instincts would kick in. But something unexpected happened. Cila curled up beside the chick, guarding it like her own baby. From that day on, the two were inseparable. Every morning, as the sun rose and dew still clung to the grass, Cila would step out of the house with the chick riding on her back. They would explore the yard together, play under the guava tree, and sometimes chase butterflies side by side. The farmer named the chick Sicko. Though its chirping often broke the morning silence, it always calmed down when near Cila. Even when male cats from the neighbor's house wandered close, Cila would stand tall, fur bristling, guarding Sicko with fierce eyes. No one dared touch the little chick. When night fell and the crickets began to sing, Sicko would hide in the thick fur of Cila's belly. They slept side by side, as if there were no difference between the two creatures who should have been natural enemies. But for Cila, Sicko was no prey. He was family. Day by day, Sicko grew bigger, and his yellow fluff slowly turned into white feathers. But no matter how tall he got, his heart remained tied to Cila. He always walked beside her, never straying. At sunset, villagers often saw a strange yet heartwarming sight: a cat and a chicken walking together, side by side like a mother and child, bound by a love deeper than instinct. As spring came and flowers bloomed in every corner of the village, the bond between Cila and Sicko only grew stronger. The old farmer, who once thought their friendship was just a phase, now built a small shelter beside the garden, just for the two of them. It was made of wood and soft straw, open to the wind but warm with sunlight. Every morning, the villagers would pass by the fence just to catch a glimpse of them. Children giggled as they watched Sicko peck at fallen leaves while Cila watched from the porch, tail flicking slowly, her eyes always following Sicko. When the sun rose higher, Cila would jump down and they would nap side by side under the shade of the guava tree. One afternoon, something unusual happened. A dog wandered into the yard. It wasn't a village dog. It was scruffy, hungry, and growling. Sicko let out a terrified chirp and ran behind a flower pot. The dog growled and took a step forward, but before it could come any closer, Cila leapt through the air like lightning. Her back arched, she hissed loudly, her claws out. She stood between the dog and the chick without a moment's hesitation. The dog paused, uncertain. Cila didn't flinch. The air grew tense. Then, perhaps sensing he'd made a mistake, the dog backed away and ran off into the road.